When you first get your teeny circle system, it's helpful to label all of its parts. The first thing I like to do with any of my Morton systems is to label them. It really comes in handy later when you need to read the directions and talk in Morton speak. Here I'm showing you how to prep your turntable surface to help it glide smoothly along the surface of your Morton grid. Of course, I'm busy chatting and prepping the wrong side, so when you get your system, make sure to turn the turntable over and rub the wax on the underside. You can use a regular old candle or you can get paraffin wax, whatever you've got available. It's also helpful to run this candle across the surface of your Morton grid. Next, let's look at the setup. We'll insert one of the black cylinders at the top right corner of the turntable, then measure 3 cells to the right and 3 cells down. This is the spot where we want the left side of our circle guide to rest. In the Morton booklet, they say it's helpful to draw concentric circles on the turntable. To make a 4-inch circle, I've got the circle guide set at 2 inches, the radius of a 4-inch circle. Also, you want to make sure that the arm of the circle guide is anchored with the wire support rod. Next, simply insert a pencil in the cutter hole and turn. I've also found that it's helpful to draw an X from corner to corner on the turntable. This helps to align the squares of glass that you're going to be cutting into circles. I suppose you could use any old piece of glass and cut a circle on it, but for this practice exercise, the Morton booklet suggests that you use squares of glass that are 3/4 of an inch to 1 inch larger than the diameter of the circle you'll be cutting. So how do you know what setting to use on the circle guide? Just a bit of math, really. Think back to geometry, diameters, and radii. The diameter is the length of the center line across your circle, the radius is half of that, and is also the number you want to use when setting your circle guide. Now that we've got our system set up and our squares cut, we can start to score our circles. Place the cutter in the bottom hole, press down, and turn the turntable and glass. The pad helps to hold the glass in place, but with smaller pieces I like to hold the glass as well. To prep my turntable pad, I traced a black cylinder with an X-Acto blade and removed the center so that I could clearly see where to center my glass. I also trimmed away one corner so I could see the label that I use as my starting and stopping point when scoring. After making one complete circle, remove the glass and get ready to run the score. This is the most difficult step of the whole process. The score needs to be run around the entire circle. Take your time with this step. Find the right amount of pressure to use with each glass. Some glass is much easier to score than others. I'm using the Morton running tool and the button here to start the run. I've found that a very gentle rocking motion helps to start the score and continue the run. Remember, this takes a lot of time and patience to perfect, but the rewards are little to no grinding of glass and well worth the effort. After the score has been run, it is time to add the relief scores, where we will break the excess glass off of our circle. It is very important that the relief score does not meet the circle score, otherwise you risk your circle being cut in half. Find yourself a bunch of cheap plate glass to practice with. By the time you've cut it into teeny circles, you will be an expert.